Good morning, students. Myself, Professor Rahul Kalwe from Anuradha College of Pharmacy, Chikhli. Today, we are going to discuss about the important topic of pharmaceutical jurisprudence, which includes Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971. After completion of this topic, the students will able to know about what is Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, what are the aims and objective which are involved into the MTP Act 1971. Student will also able to learn the various definitions related to the MTP Act, then various circumstances, then what are the approved places, what are the facilities which are required for the approval of approved places. Approved places means the places where the pregnancy can be terminated by the registered medical practitioner. And finally, the student will able to learn about various offenses and the penalties which are involved into the breakage of any of the rules which included into the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971. So friends, let's start with the aims and objective which are involved in this particular act. The main important objective this which involved in this act is the certain pregnancies can be terminated by the only registered medical practitioner. The main objective is to provide the rules by which the pregnancy can be terminated by only registered medical practitioner. There are important definitions which comes under this MTP Act, in which the two main definitions are important. First one is guardian and second one is a minor. Minor is also called as lunatic. The definitions are very simple. The guardian means the person who take care of minor is called as guardian, and the person who attained the majority. Guardian must be, or guardian is a person who is uh, more than 18-year-olds and who involved in the caring of minor is nothing but the guardian. And minor is a person who doesn't attain his majority and whose age is less than 18 years. So the person who doesn't attain his majority is called as a minor, and minor is also called as lunatic. Then next important concept which includes into this Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971, which is the various circumstances under which the pregnancy can be terminated. No doubt, according to this act, the termination of pregnancy is restricted to only the registered medical practitioner, and there are certain conditions in which only the pregnancy is terminated. Without these conditions, the pregnancy cannot be terminated even by the registered medical practitioner. So the first condition is the registered medical practitioner can terminate the pregnancy if it is less than 12 week old, and also with certain conditions which include the first condition is if the continuance of this pregnancy would result into the serious physical as well as mental health of the woman, and second is if a child to be born is seriously handicapped due to the physical as well as mental abnormalities, and if only these in these condition only the registered medical practitioner can terminate the pregnancy. So the first condition is very simple. RMP can terminate the pregnancy if the pregnancy is less than 12 week old. Okay, and if the pregnancy is less than 12 week old, and if the continuance of pregnancy would cause serious problem, serious injury to the physical as well as mental health, and second one is if the child to be born is abnormal or handicapped, then and then only the pregnancy can be terminated. Then second condition is the pregnancy is more than 12-week-old. In the first condition, the pregnancy was less than 12 week, and in the second condition, the pregnancy is more than 12 week and less than 20 weeks. Means now the pregnancy is in between 12 weeks and 20 weeks. In this condition, again, the pregnancy can be terminated only by the registered medical practitioner if if the pregnancy is caused due to the failure of contraceptive. And then second condition is if the continuance of the pregnancy cause serious injury to the mental and physical health of the woman, then and then only the pregnancy can be terminated. Otherwise pregnancy cannot be terminated by even by the registered medical practitioner. So these two are main important conditions by which uh, if any one of these conditions complete or fulfill, then and then only the legal termination of pregnancy can be done by the registered medical practitioner. Then, for the termination of pregnancy, the written consent of the woman or her guardian is required. Okay, so again there are two conditions for the written consent. First condition is if the woman is less than 18-year-old, means if the woman is minor. Okay, if the woman is minor, the RMP can terminate her pregnancy only after the written consent of her guardian. Means the woman is minor, then the written consent of guardian is required for the termination of pregnancy. And then second condition is if woman is major, means if woman is more than 18-year-old, then her pregnancy can be terminated by the RMP after her own written consent. So these are the simple circumstances under which the pregnancy can be terminated. After these circumstances, the next concept is what is the approved places. Approved places are nothing but the place where the pregnancy is terminated by legally, okay, by registered medical practitioner. Means there are certain facilities are required, and if any place fulfill these facilities to terminate the pregnancy, the state government gives the approval for such places, and that places are called as approved places for the termination of pregnancy. And according to the state government, there are different facilities to be fulfilled by these approved places. Different facilities which includes operation table, various instruments which are required to perform the abdominal and gynecological surgeries, then anesthetic equipment, resuscitation equipments, sterilization equipments, and parenteral drugs, various parenteral fluids, and various drugs which are required to in emergency condition. So these are all the facilities which are to be fulfilled by these approved places. Approved places, remember, approved places are nothing but the places where legal termination of pregnancy is carried out by the registered medical practitioner. Then after approved places, after understanding the concept of approved places, let's move towards the final point of this chapter, which include offenses and penalties. Offenses and penalties. There are two main offenses and penalties. First offense, there are two offenses. First offenses is if the termination of pregnancy is done by the non-registered person. Okay, means if the person is not registered, okay, then if the person is not registered medical practitioner and if he done the termination of pregnancy, then it is an offense under this medical termination of pregnancy act, and then she or he will be punishable according to the medical termination act 1971. And the second offense is if the approved place fail to fulfill the various facilities governed by the state government. If any place is supposed to be a approved place, and if such place or if the responsible person of this approved place failed to fulfill the various facilities governed by the state government, then the such authority or such responsible person is punishable for near about 1000 rupees. And the last one is not actually a offense. It is an legal proceeding. Okay. Or mm, it is an important point, last point, which includes there should be no legal proceeding against the registered medical practitioner if there is any damage caused in which is done by the good faith, which is done in the good faith by the registered medical practitioner. Means if in between or during the termination of pregnancy, if there is a damage caused to the woman life, if any damage caused to the life of woman um, or the child, then there should not be any legal proceeding against the RMP should be done. So these are the offenses which are involved into the medical termination of pregnancy act. So this is the end of this act. Thank you very much.